He pulled a little pin out of the front of his trailer so the tilt mechanism works, and he gives her a yank, and she rolls right out just as handy as you please. Now he's hooking the wing struts on at the... Jim's bringing around the rudder now. He's already got the elevator hung on. Amazing. You wonder how these guys got the nerve to actually go up in that thing. And we decided that there was so much done on the ultralights that we couldn't get it all in that little short time, so we do a whole shtick on ultralights themselves. You meet a lot of fine people. You see a lot of new things, amazing things sometimes, and a young lad that has his own ultralight, and we'll just kind of make him the star of the whole show for the time being.
Good afternoon. I'm Jim Hawk, coming to you for Ragtag Productions. And this afternoon we're at Almont Airport up in Almont, Michigan, about 12 miles north of the Romeo area up Van Dyke. I don't know if you've ever been up here, but it's a very interesting place. The sport of ultralight flying has really taken hold up here in Almont, Michigan. And this afternoon we're going to tell you a little bit about a typical ultralight. This ultralight that I'm standing next to right here is called a Pioneer Flightstar. It meets all the federal regulations. That is, it's under 254 pounds, so it doesn't have to be normally licensed. But there are many strict rules that these ultralights have to adhere to. One of the features of this Pioneer ultralight is this ballistic parachute system right here. There's a 29-foot diameter parachute stored in this canister with a mortar charge. And when you're ready to fly this aircraft, you take this safety pin here and remove it. This arms the parachute system, and then as the pilot is flying, should the pilot encounter any dangerous mid-air collision or whatever reason he wants to deploy the parachute, he simply has to reach up in this handle here, pull the handle. Parachute deploys in about 1.5 seconds. Full 29-foot diameter parachute takes the entire aircraft, hopefully the pilot too, down. Of course, you really don't want to do that if you can help it, because you might blow into a high-tension power line anyway. Let me put this thing back in so we don't deploy the parachute by accident. And we'll tell you a little bit more about this machine. This ultralight has got the Kawasaki 440 engine. This is a very typical engine used in ultralights. Originally a snowmobile engine. They've been refitted with slightly different mounting structure and different carburetor. And they usually have a belt reduction drive that reduces the RPM for the propeller. So they're quite powerful machines. You'd be very surprised. Put out about 200 pounds of thrust out. Since the ultralight only weighs about 254 pounds, as you can imagine, you get quite a lot of performance out of that. Propellers are typically 54 to 58 inches in wood, like this propeller you see here. And we generally put a little bit of tape on the leading edge because we squash a lot of bugs. Well, rather than tell you anything more about this, I think I'll put this microphone down, put my helmet on, show you how we started up.
Tractor in the way, but here we go. On a 2-cylinder engine, believe it or not. Off the ground in about 75 feet. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Of course, I guess they say any touchdown that you walk away from is a good touchdown. Just turning around, taxi back. I hope he shut it off and didn't run out of gas just now. That would have been pretty good.
That's all there is to it. I don't know if you got a chance to see that whole thing or not, but this sport of ultralight flying is really a lot of fun. It got off to kind of a bad start because a lot of people didn't pay attention to really learning how to fly first, which you have to do. I think as you saw, these things are very definitely airplanes, so you have to know how to fly. It's best to have regular professional pilot's instructions and at least get your student certificate in solo first for a minimum. But it can be a very safe and an awful lot of fun sport. So on behalf of Ragtag Productions, we're going to wrap it up here this afternoon.